Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So today, I wanted to have a discussion about when Neo and the White Fang Lieutenant should return, and this is a submission by Kushrada. So he wanted me to talk about this one and what my thoughts would be, and when would the best time for Neo and the White Fang Lieutenant to return. So sit back, relax. I hope you all enjoy, and let's go ahead and jump right on into this discussion. Now, the first character I'm going to talk about on this list is Neo. So, everyone's beloved ice cream girl has not been seen since Volume 3. Of course, this was obviously during RWBY's fight with Torchwick and Neo, and obviously Neo was sent off packing early when her umbrella opened up, and we saw Neo fly away like Mary Poppins into the night sky. And it's been very unfortunate to not be able to see Neo, but when should Neo have actually returned, or when should Neo return? See, that's something we're going to talk about here, because if you actually think about this, the death of Torchwick should be something that should weigh heavily on Neo. And this should give her reason to actually want to go after RWBY, if you think about it. And considering that not only was Neo with Torchwick, but if you think about it, she also sided with Cinder. So if you actually look at this and you look at it as a whole, you actually see that Neo has reasons why she should have actually appeared much sooner than she may in the future, because as the recording of this video, she has not returned yet. And so, when you look at it, one reason that could spark her to come back would be revenge for the death of Torchwick, and another is because she originally was on the side of Cinder and all of her faction. So, when you think about this, what would have been a good time? So, really thinking about this, there could have actually been a moment in Volume 4 when Neo could have actually returned, and there's actually a big moment to actually think about, because the one opportunity that Neo could have returned was definitely one, she should have been there more than likely with Cinder and Emerald and Mercury, considering that they came back from Beacon. You would have at least thought that Neo would have probably met up along the way, or somewhere around that time. And one character that Neo could have teamed up with in Volume 4 whenever Salem decided to try to capture RWBY is actually Tyrion. Now you're probably asking yourself, why would I say that Neo should fight alongside with Tyrion? Well, at this point in time, of course, Tyrion would be going after somebody he has never met as of yet, and he would be searching down RWBY. Well, at the same time, Neo herself could have a vendetta against RWBY, and if she were to team up with Tyrion, think about it, a sadistic duo teaming up to take down everybody around her just to capture RWBY. That would have been very interesting to actually see, because Tyrion himself was very powerful, and seeing how well he actually took on Team Ranger, he actually was in a very high league of his own. And if you think about Neapolitan, realistically, Neo has not actually lost a fight other than her umbrella being opened up against RWBY. And if that had not happened, yes, RWBY would have probably died at that moment. So, aside from RWBY using Neo's umbrella against her, realistically, Neo would be a very fearsome opponent, and teaming up with Tyrion would have only made things worse in this situation. And who knows how that would have fared when it came to Crow. Of course, Neo did run away when she saw Raven. She was afraid of Raven. So, when you think about that, she may actually have just run away from Crow as well. Now, maybe that could have been different when it comes to Tyrion being on her side and being an ally, and considering that Tyrion was a pretty strong guy and who was fighting on par with Crow, this could have actually led her to actually stay and probably would have become a fierce opponent for Crow, and then RWBY might have to jump in. You see, this point right here would make a lot of sense, because it would be like a revenge reason for Neo to jump in at this point. And I would like that motive, because it would show that side of Neo, a side that we hadn't really seen, because in the past she's fought because really more or less that's her job and she was ordered to, and probably because of the fact that she might want to. But looking at it, when you think about it, this would give her another reason. This would give her a motive to actually chase after RWBY specifically, and I think that that would be a really good thing for Neo if she came back at that point. And looking at that motive, it makes sense, because someone that she worked for, possibly could have even cared about, obviously is now dead. And so who would be held liable in her eyes? The last person who was against him, which would obviously be RWBY. So this would make perfect sense for Neo to show up here, but another place that Neo could have actually showed up is actually during the time that Cinder went to go recruit Raven. Now, this could have been another time that Neo could have surfaced because Cinder was obviously going to Raven's camp. And by going to Raven's camp, obviously she took Emerald and Mercury, and Watts actually went as well. But this could have been a perfect infiltration on Neo's behalf if she actually went too, and here's why. Since Neo can disguise herself, she could have disguised herself as a bandit, and she could have actually snuck through there. Considering that she can change her appearance, this could have been the perfect time to actually have Neo come back, because if you think about it, Neo being a bandit and sneaking in, she definitely would have caught them all by surprise. She could have easily helped Cinder and her group actually sneak into the bandit camp, and this would have actually been a good moment for this. And if you actually think about it, this could have made the bandits very unaware of her presence even, because since she's able to go in there undetected, they would not know that there would be somebody in there that is not one of their own. And Neo would have been the perfect individual to do this. And that could have been another opportunity, and obviously the Battle of Haven, since Hazel actually showed up for that one, this shows that another reinforcement could have come with him, and Neo could have been that reinforcement. And there were so many opportunities here for Neo that were completely missed, and then Neo could have just gone wild in the Battle of Haven, and that would have been amazing to see Neo just start handling everybody. I would have really enjoyed to see something like that. Now, I think Neo can still come in at a certain point. She could come in Volume 6. She could come in even past that point. But these are the potential chances I think that she could have already had to come in. Now, the next character would be the White Fang Lieutenant, or otherwise known as Bonesaw. Now, this guy disappeared at the end of Volume 2. He is under an unknown status at this point, if you think about it, because we never saw him. So we don't know what happened after the train wreck. So considering that we don't know what happened at the end of Volume 2 to this guy, he could have been arrested, he could have been killed even. But if he's still alive, now here's the big thing to this one. If Adam's able to get reinforcements to still follow him and him create his own White Fang, like a Neo White Fang or something like that, then I could see this guy, we're just going to call him Bonesaw to make it easier, see him actually just join up instead. And to see Bonesaw actually just kind of do this, I think that would be a great thing, because even though he had a minor role within Volume 2, you could actually make a story out of this guy for Volume 6. And he could be somebody who could actually question Adam, or he could be somebody completely loyal to Adam. And he could have his own reason to why he actually believes that the White Fang is correct, or that Adam himself is actually correct. And that would be an interesting thing to see, considering that he didn't have really a backstory at all. He was just a Faunus that was there, that was a part of the White Fang, and that's really about it for this guy. I mean, yeah, he's there, and yeah, he fought Weiss, but aside from that, he really didn't have much going for him. He didn't have much character aside from that, or even a backstory. So this could be a decent time to give him a little bit of a story. I mean, he doesn't have to be a center focus, but he could have a little bit of a story being pretty interesting to the guy. And that would be kind of cool to see, and to see maybe Adam get some White Fang that's still rebelling, that can still think that he's right, and then see Bonesaw kind of lead them as the second in command. That would be kind of an interesting take, and I actually would not be against that. I mean, the chances of him coming back, I think, are less likely than Neo, obviously. But that would be pretty cool to actually see this guy come back, and it would show some reoccurring characters from Volume 2, or at least made their first appearance within Volume 2, and it'd give them a little more spotlight. I think that would be a nice little touch to do, because personally to me, I myself love it whenever characters that were shown in the past actually return in other series, and I think that having Bonesaw, for example, come back, and obviously Neo, because let's be real, who doesn't want Neo to come back? I mean, I do want Neo to come back. I love Neo to death. Her character's excellent. But, you know, that's just me. I mean, some people may want to see Bonesaw come back. Some people may want to see Neo come back. And then some people may just not care. But I think it'd be pretty neat. But anyways, let me know what you think down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, hit the video with a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and share this with your friends if you found this informative or useful. Well, anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always do better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.